Hello everybody, today is day 38 and Mo is going to be doing some work with the Western saddle on today. So first things first, like every other session, I'll start out with just a little bit of lunging to warm him up. And as you can see, he is in no hurry to go anywhere today. So I've had him trot and canter both ways, and now we're going to go back to working on getting the saddle pad on him. And it's the same concept as the English saddle pad. I'm going to throw it up on him a couple times. I'm going to rub him all over with it, get him used to it moving around. And after I've done some work with the saddle pad, we're going to get going on the saddle. And this is Ellen's Western saddle, and it is heavy. So you guys get to watch me struggle trying to throw it around and get him used to it. You get to watch me try to figure out how my weak little arms are going to hold this so I can attempt to throw it up on his back. And it scared him a little bit, which isn't the worst thing in the world. I'll just keep going and showing it to him and swinging it by him to get him used to it. So Mo was struggling with the saddle getting thrown, and I was struggling throwing the saddle, so I decided to go back and do a little bit more work with the saddle pad with a little bit more energy in the moment to try to get him used to big things, you know, flapping behind his ears. So that work paid off. I took off the cinch and the back cinch to make my life a little bit easier, and Mo stands much better as I go to throw the saddle over. And I don't really know much about fitting Western saddles, so I have Ellen come out and help me, and she's going to take a look at the saddle to see if it looks like it fits him. And we determined that it looked okay on him, so now I'm going to go ahead and cinch it up.
Ellen's actually watching to make sure I tack up using her tack correctly.
Making sure you don't break my saddle.
Now that I finally have him cinched up, I'm just going to have him start moving around with the saddle on. The nice part about starting horses in Western saddles over English saddles are the Western saddles have a lot more flappy bits, so it gets them used to a lot more movement on their back than an English saddle necessarily would. Like the back cinch straps are hanging loose and flapping, and there's other, forgive me for my lack of knowledge, but other little leather bits that are just hanging around. And now we're going to canter.
Good boy.
And that wasn't a bad canter. You can see he's definitely a little bit worried about some of the flappies while he's cantering, but he's not really doing anything about it. He's thinking pretty hard. And he does have good brakes already installed. And then we're going to go the other way. And now we're going to get him going to the right. And a nice canter this way.
That's a good boy.
You can see I'm trying to encourage some forward energy. So one thing that you can do if you have a lazy horse that I was really bad about doing is when you do ask them to canter, make sure they do canter trots and not canter halts. Because then you create a little bit of a problem where you teach them to go for a few strides and then they expect a halt. So now that he's moved around a little bit with the Western saddle, I'm going to go ahead and put the back cinch on him for the first time.
Ellen's teaching me how to use Western.
Back cinch connector is required so it doesn't turn into a bucking strap. Always undo your back cinch before your front cinch.
Oh yeah. Alright, how snug?
Snug. Like, not tight like a front cinch, but you don't want to see air in there.
Okay, so this is probably fine.
Yeah.
I've never actually used the back cinch because I don't think we've ever had a connector.
Yeah. I mean, hay string will do the job if you're in a pinch.
Alright, but
Your back cinch has air in it. Your horse can get a foot in it.
it has air in it.
No, I'm saying if it has air in it, your horse can get a foot in it. Western safety. Do not want them to snap a leg.
I just gotta put jeans on and I'll be a proper cowboy after I take off all my protective gear.
Some cowboys wear protective gear. Those are the smart ones.
I feel like some of the PDR riders only wear vests because the organization requires them to.
Oh, for sure. I mean, do you really think that bull riders are like that conscious about their own safety?
Given their profession.
Yes.
Mo's actually being very good about having the back cinch on. I expected him to react just a little bit, but he was actually perfect. So now I'm going to take the lead rope off and see if I can get him to go a little bit more forward.
Liberty. He's so cute. He looks a little out of place with it on. He's meant to be an English pony.
It does look like it needs a breastplate to be complete.
Yeah.
Breast collar?
Yeah, breast collar is more Western, but doesn't matter too much.
And here's the explosion that I was kind of expecting. And I would just like to know, I'm not hitting him with the whip, I'm hitting
Those
the
are some
ground.
big ones, yeah.
Just to make a little bit of extra sound to get him to go forward and move out of it.
What he wanted to do, but didn't quite get it out with the,
Some of them restrain themselves until there's no lunge line.
yeah.
All in all, that was a pretty normal and not too big reaction for his first canter with the back cinch on.
I'm like, he's such a lovely mover, so much scope. As he's
And you can see he's already figured it out.
boy.
And he's a little bit more relaxed cantering this way after he's cantered the other way.
Poll my next video, raise your hand if you think I'm going to get back up.
I'll go back this way and just do a little bit more work with the canter. And he starts off just a little tight, but he settles into a nice canter. He's a pretty quick learner. And I love how he pays attention to me. And after I finish lunging him a little bit more both ways, I'll do a little bit of work just putting some weight into the saddle and getting him used to that. And I'll do that work on both sides. I'll flap the leathers around a little bit, and then that'll be it for Mo for today.